What's going on, guys? Hi, my name is Mitch. I am happy, accepting, and humble. And I have your daily reflections today for July 8th, 2021. Buckle up because this one is probably going to be a long one. All right, this one is titled An Ever-Growing Freedom. The seventh step is where we make the change in our attitude which permits us, with humility as our guide, to move out from ourselves toward others and toward God. From the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 76. When I finally asked God to remove those things blocking me from Him in the sunlight of the Spirit, I embarked on a journey more glorious than I ever imagined. I experienced a freedom from those characteristics that had wrapped me up in myself. Because of this humbling step, I feel clean. I'm especially aware of this step because I'm now able to be useful to God and to my fellows. I know that He has granted me strength to do His bidding and has prepared me for anyone and anything that comes my way today. I am truly in His hands, and I give thanks for the joy that I can be useful today. So yesterday I was in my feelings a lot, and I was regretting things that I had done and where I am right now. And it is crazy how quick things can change. And I was in my group, and a guy mentioned his wedding that he was planning, and it just brought me into my feelings of, like, a couple months ago I was planning my wedding, and it just stirred up a lot of stuff again in me where I just started thinking of my character defects and where I am and what's going on and what am I learning from this situation. So now I definitely realize what my major character defect was and what was blocking me from my higher power and my conscious, my good conscience, not conscious, my good conscience of doing the right things. And I have to be humble and open and honest about what this character defect was, or I can't learn anything from it. And I am learning through the pain. So I have to understand that I can give this to my higher power and just be honest and open about it. My life is very short and about half over. God willing, I live that long, and I do not want to live the way I was and not be treating every single person with the respect that they deserve. We all made it here. We are all here right now in this life, in this time. And our odds of even making it here were 400 trillion to 1. And our lives are very short, and we are all insanely special. When you think of the odds of even being here, we're very, very special, and we should be treating each other with the respect that we want, because really we are all just parts of one whole. So by me treating other people indifferently or whatever, I'm doing that to myself, and I'm doing that to my higher power. I look back at some of my mistakes and I am truly dumbfounded by the thinking involved with them and behind them. And that's why it's so important for me to reflect on these things and get to the bottom of why I would act in certain ways which I know completely go against what I stand for. Even when I've been done wrong by someone, ultimately I am the one that has that choice and makes that decision on how I want that to affect me. Will I let it affect me in a negative way or a positive way? Because really the choice is always up to us. Will I choose out of love, or will I choose out of selfishness? We're all born with a conscience. We do know what's right and what's wrong. At least most of us do. You know, some people don't have any of those feelings, but in reality, pretty much every human being is born with an innate sense of right and wrong. And it is our choice with anything, how we're going to react to a situation. And if we have that trust in a higher power, we do know what's right and what's wrong. And our conscience tells us that, even if you don't believe in a higher power. That higher power, that conscience will direct us in the right direction and it always has. And people that have made mistakes and done things that go against what they know is right, and it comes to light and you feel horrible, that's because you made that decision. You made that decision. And we all act in moments really quick sometimes and don't tend to think about how this is going to affect others, how this is going to affect my life. And that's why it is important, again, before we do things. I'm not saying every little thing you do, but the important situations, which are many, which there are many, again, are we going to act out of love and respect for other people, or are we going to act out of selfishness and greed for ourselves? It is my choice to go against what does not feel right, and it's your choice to do the same thing. Even when we fall off, even when we veer off that path, that good path that we're on, which we all will at times, we will make bad choices, and it doesn't define who you are forever. We can get back on that path to goodness, and we can get back to building ourselves and regaining our virtues and creating a strong, positive moral compass. At times, I tend to forget how grateful I really am and how awesome my life is. I have 2 insanely awesome and beautiful daughters that will always love me, and they will love me till the day that I die and after. And one of my character defects is I'm always seeking some sort of self-gratification, some validation, and I've always been that way, and I'm always looking for something to love me, and I've always had it. I've always had some form of it, so why do I want to find it? Why do I need it still? And I am so grateful. I have 2 kids that will always love me like that, and I will always love them like that. They are the most wonderful things that have ever happened to me, and I would do anything for them. And just knowing that they're always going to love me like that until they're in high school, probably. There's going to be like moments where they probably don't love me. But again, I think I'm pretty cool, so I'll just cross that bridge when it happens. But seriously though, why would I try to seek it other places? Why would I be looking for love and acceptance when I already have it, and I've had it my whole life, and just trying to find that love? And I don't need to do that ever again. It's not the he wants his cake and wants to eat it too type scenario either with me. It's never been that. It's been a character defect of mine my whole life, where I'm constantly trying to find love and acceptance, and having an insanely low self-esteem, and being very depressed and just very anxious. And this is just something I've had my whole life. I've been so bummed on myself, and it's just me seeking that validation. And I seek it, I will get compliments, and then I'm awkward and don't know how to react to them. And that's like so strange to me. And again, that's why I choose to be drunk, and what I would choose to be high. I would choose to be outside of my normal self, so I could not think about all these things that just make me feel uncomfortable. Then you got the people telling you, man, Mitch, you're so fun when you're drunk, or man, you're way cooler when you're drunk. And it's like, in my head, I'm like, okay, so that's what I gotta do. I just gotta be drunk. I just gotta be high, and then I can fit in, and then I'll feel normal, and then people will like me. And then I'm thinking, so when I'm not drunk or high, I'm not fun. And I'm not the kind of person that likes to put blame on childhood traumatic events and blame my whole life and my decisions and where I'm at on those events, because inevitably And ultimately, we do become the person that makes our own choices. We become an adult, and that's again where it's our choice to choose right or wrong, love or selfishness. How are we going to act? Are we going to blame it on some stuff that's happened to us in our past? And we have to get over all that, because we can't live in that. We can't just sit there and blame who we are now on circumstances that have happened a long time ago. I will say though, in certain scenarios, people they don't take that time to learn and really figure out why they're feeling that way. Why are we playing a victim? Why are we putting all the blame on someone else and not looking within ourselves? We can't blame a shitty childhood on our actions as an adult. And we have to really be willing to study and self-reflect on ourselves and look at our part in the whole thing. And I'm not saying like a victim needs to look at why it could be their fault, because it's not a victim's fault. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I am saying for ones like myself that can try and make an excuse on why I acted a certain way, that's not fair. You have to look at yourself and be like, okay, why did I do that? What is wrong with my mind right now? What is wrong with my thinking? Why would I think that's okay when it's not? And those are the kind of things you have to sit there and look at. You have to be like, okay, I got to figure this out, because I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be treating people like that. I don't want to feel the way I feel right now, And those are the ones that can be screwed if they're not actually looking into fixing themselves. And then they do allow those old childhood events and traumatic events in general, doesn't even have to be childhood ones, to affect them forever. And some people won't ever get there, and it goes well into their adulthood. And for a lot of people, they just continue and carry on their whole lives with this victim mentality and this, I'm blaming all of my actions on what someone else did that was completely out of your control. I mean, a lot of us have had really bad things done to us, and all we can do is learn from it, let go, heal, give it to God, and move on, and not let those things define who we are. So in all, I am actually grateful and humble again for my mistakes that I've made, because if it wasn't for those mistakes, I would not be where I am now, learning and self-reflecting and figuring out who I am even more. I've been given this opportunity to self-reflect on myself, and really it's with the help of my higher power. And if you have that belief and that faith in that, it's going to help you. I mean, I live alone now, and I have nothing but time to sit and reflect. And this is the first time in my life I've had this moment, and it's very, very good for me, and very, very sad, and very happy. It's everything. And I was saying earlier where it's the whole like, am I bipolar thing? I'm like, I'm not bipolar. I'm a human being with my emotions, and I'm going through my emotions, and I'm learning my lessons, and that's all we can do. And again, life is not easy. This is a hard road, and it is tough, and we do have choices. And if we didn't, the world would suck, But seriously, it's up to us what choices we make. How are we going to affect someone else with our choice? Because that's just not fair to be that way. And again, if people mistreat you, you still have that choice to stay away from them. You have that choice to not engage in a reactive way with them. You have that choice to not let it affect you. You have that choice to not let that person control how you feel about yourself, because we are all special. We are all amazingly beautiful human beings, and the odds that we're here are so slim, and our time here is so short. We don't want to live that way. We want to find love. We want to enjoy our life. We want to care for people. We want someone to care for us. And we just want to enjoy the gift of life. And the gift of life is precious and great. And you can build such wonderful memories. And you can also completely destroy all those memories with one action of selfishness and not thinking out of love. So I hope all of you guys have gotten something good from this. And I said I would make shorter videos, but today I was just really feeling good and very positive, and feel a lot of growth today. And I know it's the connection with my higher power and just acceptance of who I am. And I hope this helped. Again, I just hope it helped someone, because I know this whole lifestyle has helped me greatly. And I do love all of you guys, and every single one of you I love, and you are all special. We are all in this world together. And I hope we all treat each other with that respect that we would like to receive. And I know it's not gonna happen, because that's the world we live in. But if this message could even help one person, then that's great. So take care, guys. Don't get too bummed on yourself. Stay in the moment if you have to, and make those good choices. Remember, just one day at a time. All right, love you guys. Late.